How's it going, everybody? MyCupOfTea here, back on a reaction video. And you can't tell right now, but it's time to continue watching some more Digimon Retrospective series, I guess we can call it? Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. Yay, yay. Now, it's been a while, like a long time since we watched the last summary, which was on Digimon Tamers. And I just rewatched it yesterday to make sure I knew what happened, even though I know this next series is like completely like its own story, which I believe is Frontiers, right? I think it's Frontiers. Just double check, it's Frontiers. Yeah, Digimon Frontiers, and we're gonna go into, I guess, X Evolution, because next is Data Squad or Savers. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I don't know if
Digimon was one of the first serialized shows I was exposed to, but it was angry character at the beginning.
What?
Woo, this
oh,
is a
that was weird. Why? Okay. Alright, I don't know what happened there, but we're back.
Digimon was one of the first serialized shows I was exposed to, but it was hard to watch it all. I didn't originally see every episode when it was airing, and there was no complete set of VHS volumes released. Just a few here and there. It wasn't until after YouTube came around that I was able to completely, and legally, watch all of Digimon together.
That's how I was able to watch some of Detective Conan way back when. Because I first found out Case Closed Detective Conan on Adult Swim, and then I'm like, I can't watch it anymore in dub. So I went on online websites, found it there, but then they stopped like updating it for some reason. Like when I was like a middle school, high school kid, middle school. But YouTube had like a lot of episodes, like full episodes. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm about to watch it on YouTube. So thank you, YouTube, back then. Thank you for that.
I got to rewatch all of Adventure and the other Digimon series, which I only caught a few episodes of as a little guy. Tamers and Frontier, a show which just completely turned me off. Part of what makes Digimon are the partners Digimon, a special digital monster chosen or handpicked for a certain kid. The kid's relationship to the Digimon will often act as a surrogate to show how the kids learn and grow up. The relationship between the kid and their Digimon was something that I really valued in the series. I was so in love with the partner concept that the idea Digimon would get rid of it was genuinely upsetting. In Frontier, the cast didn't partner with Digimon, they turned into Digimon. But this seems
What do you mean they turned to Digimon? Doesn't make any sense. What do you mean by that? what do you mean by that?
Here, the cast didn't partner with Digimon, they turned into Digimon. But this seems to be many people's only complaint about Digimon Frontier. I remember liking Frontier when I rewatched it all those years ago. So it's time to realize something. There have been tons of great stories where the main character doesn't have a Digimon. The Iliad, Citizen Kane, Gossip Girl.
What?
Digimon Frontier isn't bad because the kids transform into Digimon. No, it's bad for completely different reasons.
Better let us know.
They've gone off without us again. Did you say they have beans?
You are a small sliver of light in this dark world.
Beans! I guess he's like the GOAT character.
But first,
I really don't want this to be an angry review. I'm not coming at this from a place of anger or from a desire to rant. I was just bored while watching Frontier.
Oh, not bored. That's the worst type of experience watching something. I'd rather be angry watching it than bored. Because at least angry, like being angry, triggers something in me, like an emotion, because I feel like, oh, I hate this. But bored is just like, it's forgettable. Like, oh no.
Rant. I was just bored while watching Frontier. Consider this my catharsis.
Frontier takes place in its own universe separate from the other Digimon shows. It begins one evening with every child ever getting a phone call by a mysterious adult telling them that they need to pursue their destiny and board a train right before 5 p.m. The kids are all taken to the digital world. While most of the children go home, 5 in particular start hanging out with one another. Their cell phones turn into detectors, which allow them to transfer data from the digital world and channel the power of the legendary warriors, allowing them to turn into Digimon. They eventually learned they were chosen over every other kid after arriving in the digital world to put an end to some ancient evils. The plot to Frontier is simple, but it's genuinely well constructed.
Okay, that's good.
There's foreshadowing to things that don't pay off until the very end of the series, and the conflict of the entire show involves this ancient feud between the higher powers of the digital world. But there's a lot of filler, and the world built doesn't seem to reflect what we're told about the lore. We learn about this ancient war between beast-type and human-type Digimon, Eventually, the war ended and 3 celestial Digimon took over to govern the digital world. Cherubimon, a beast type, along with Ophanimon and Seraphimon, 2 human types. Cherubimon turned evil and raised a beast-type army to usurp the other 2, which it was able to raise due to the belief that beast-type Digimon didn't have enough political power. This backstory is told over and over again, but we never see this conflict between the 2 Digimon types outside of when the backstory is explained. The kids get beast-type and human-type transformation, but that's really all that's mentioned from it. There's also a lot of filler, and filler can be great. A single episode does not have to drive the plot forward. Filler can be good for world development, but when it feels...
Yeah, Naruto has some good filler in there in the series. It's just a lot. It's a lot of filler. But there are some good ones. I will give them that. There are some good ones,
the plot forward. Filler can be good for world development. But when it feels disconnected from everything else, the world seems to be less real. And let me tell you, this world is already not very real.
We'll give you back to your partner in exchange for all women.
So initially, the cast
all women,
is made up of
all
5
of them,
characters: Takuya, Koji, Tommy, Zoe, and JP. Besides their perceived role in the show, leader, little kid, angsty boy, I couldn't tell you much about their character. I can tell you what happened to them and the character beats they want you to recognize, but it all feels so one note. Tommy is a little kid who needs to learn to fend for himself.
Yeah.
Okay, he does, like 5 times, and every time he learns this exact same lesson, they frame it like it's the very first time he's ever even thought about it.
Yeah.
JP and Zoe had trouble making friends, but now they know the true meaning of friendship. And Koji, well, Koji has attachment issues because his mom died when he was very young, and now he doesn't want to get too close to his stepmom. Oh, but there's a big twist in the middle of the series. It turns out his mom isn't actually dead. His dad just lied to him so he can get his dick wet. Yeah.
Don't throw this father away. What? I thought maybe like the mother might have like had an accident. Oh no, you're a terrible person. You're a terrible father for that. You lied to you could have just said you got a divorce. You didn't have to lie and say your mom. Wow, it has to be more. There has to be more, because that's crazy to say to your son.
His mom isn't actually dead. His dad just lied to him so he can get his dick wet. Yeah, you don't need to play nice with stepmom anymore. She probably knew about the whole thing. Also, turns out Koji has this secret twin brother, whose primary conflict is he's being controlled by an evil Digimon. Once he finally joins the team, he adds nothing to their dynamic. Takuya wears goggles. So he's the main character.
Has to be.
I think a lot of the problems I have with these characters is I don't really understand their dynamic.
I'm not sure I'll ever understand them.
I feel like with this many filler episodes, there should really be a strong chemistry between these characters. But the filler is always used to explore a new set of Digimon characters. The character drama which is introduced is either repeated until it's obnoxious or completely not relatable. Of course, in fantasy stories, there are unrealistic situations, but the good ones have human emotion lying underneath everything. It should be drama from character interaction with magic, not character drama because of magic. In the original Digimon show, the problems the characters faced were fantastical and whatnot, but the motivating factors for the human characters weren't. Worrying about a loved one, living up to high expectations, being attracted to your... In Digimon Frontier, there's been a lot of situations where an external magical force causes character conflict, like a Digimon infecting Tommy's dreams, not being able to control a powerful spirit, an evil dark force controlling your actions and obscuring your memories. It's boring, because there's no proxy for that feeling in real life. Jeremy Renner, I get it now. I hope you're doing okay. Frontier also has a way of making its villains overstay their welcome. There are one-off villains here and there which are fun, like Ice Devimon, but that's only because his English voice is a Christopher Walken impression.
Do you have tasty data like those others?
Why? Why is that his voice?
The story involves 5 evil legendary warriors who are just the worst. Okay, I actually do have a dub-specific critique. If you're gonna come up with an obnoxious quirk for a character's voice, like talking like Gollum,
What I do no business of you.
A mobster.
Yo, you want us to rough him up for you?
An Englishman.
Thou should study an opponent first.
Or a Southern belle.
Stop sneaking around behind our backs.
Make sure they're not characters who are around for nearly 30 episodes.
30 episodes of those
there
voices?
Are extensive scenes where they're all interacting with each other with their silly voice. Every time they're going up against a villain, it's the same exact thing. The villain wants to scan data from somewhere to gain more power. The kids lose. The villains win, until eventually the kids get more power. I feel like Digimon Adventure and Tamers did the right thing with their villains. Although the same power dynamic happens between those kids and the villains, usually there's another story unfolding while the characters are either trying to reach a similar goal or stop the kids from succeeding. In Adventure, they gotta get home, and maybe stopping this villain will help that. Or they have to save a kid before the villain gets a hold of them. It isn't until the end of the series where the plot is solely we have to defeat the villain.
Yeah, they had a reason for trying to defeat the villain. Or there was a reason. Okay, no, the reason wasn't to defeat the villain. The reason was, or not my fault. Their goal wasn't to defeat the villain. Their goal in like the old Digimon, the series was, like you mentioned, either go home, save someone, yada yada. But apparently in Frontiers, their goal is just to defeat the villain. That's it. Like they don't like. I don't know how to explain it, but I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
And when they do decide that saving the digital world should be their primary objective, we've had over 40 episodes of meeting characters and understanding the importance of this place. It's something they have to learn to care about. But Frontier is literally driven by the fact that the kids don't know what they're supposed to do, and they're on their way to a location where hopefully they'll find out what they're needed for. There's no motivating force. The characters always have the option to go home. They choose to stay.
Oh, they have an option to go home?
I don't know. It'll be fun, I guess.
Oh, there's no stakes
I think
then.
The backstory
There's no
to
stakes for
Frontier
them, really.
is well thought out, but how the characters interact with that story is not.
I really don't want this to come off as an angry review. I think
ahead.
getting angry at media you don't enjoy is kind of silly. If you enjoyed Frontier, that's great. And just for you, here's a list of things I actually liked about Digimon Frontier that really didn't fit into an organized setting.
I really enjoy the dynamic with the kids' guides, Pokemon and Nemon. They have this really adorable chemistry.
Hey, do you think this would bounce? Give me that.
I like it when Cherubimon, Serafimon, and Ophanimon are reborn as their rookie stages and all play around with each other. It's adorable. I like how there's no strict adherence to the power scaling of Digimon levels. If you want a champion level Digimon, stage 4, to beat up a mega level Digimon, stage 6, it should totally be able to as long as it serves the story. I really appreciate how the English dub cut out fan service for an 11-year-old, and also I love the English dub.
We don't need to
theme.
see that. We don't need to see that.
It kicks ass,
I don't
which
want
is
to see
such an
that.
upgrade to the weird original
Wait, what about the
English
theme?
dub theme. It kicks ass, which is such an upgrade to the weird original theme song, which I love nostalgically, but it really isn't so good. Yo, if this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll do a cover of the Frontier song. I don't even sing, but I'll do it. I feel like Digimon Frontier gets a bad rap for changing up the formula. And you could argue it was doing something new, but I really don't think it was. The concept of kids turning into superheroes through a transformation sequence is seen all throughout anime. It was Digimon doing something different, but it wasn't trying anything new, it was conforming to something that already existed. I wanted to like the show because the only bad thing I've ever heard about it was the kids turned into Digimon. But that's only the reason why people dismissed it. I wanted to be able to say, give Frontier a chance, but it's not good. Its characters are boring, the world isn't consistent, the story moves slowly,
into a
it's
tree.
repetitive, and then it also changes the formula. I consider Digimon Frontier the end of classic Digimon. In America, Saban had been purchased by Disney, who took over dubbing with Frontier. In Japan, Digimon took a 3-year hiatus from producing anime. I can't help but to feel like the lack of interest in Digimon Frontier is what forced the series to take a hiatus, which caused American interest in the franchise to begin to fade. Shows need casual viewers to succeed. Not everyone can be a hardcore fan, and whenever I talk to anyone who even barely watched Digimon growing up, they always say they stopped watching with the one where they turned into Digimon.
I didn't get that far. Because I definitely know I heard of Digimon growing up. I just didn't know like they had so many other I didn't know they had so many other seasons or series. Because when I watched the Digimon openings for the first time, I'm like, oh shoot, you have that many episodes or that many series? I didn't know that. Yeah, seems like Digimon Frontiers was the beginning of the dark ages for Digimon. Well, maybe it gets better with like the movies. I don't know.
I feel like if the show were engaging, people wouldn't have dismissed it, regardless of the big change. But unfortunately, those who were skeptical of the change, those who needed to be convinced of the concept, had nothing to grab onto.
Digimon was so heavily perceived as a Pokemon clone. To get past that stigma, it had to be better than Pokemon. And when it wasn't, people stopped paying attention. Alright, now that I've done Digimon Frontier, I think I'm going to take a hint from the Digimon production team and take a little bit of a hiatus from Digimon content. And by that I mean I've already started watching the next series because I have already started getting requests for it.
Dang.
Love y'all.
Number 8, Digimon Frontier.
That was a quick recap. Hold on, wait a minute. That was a quick recap of Digimon Tamers. I mean, Frontiers. I just need to compare. Because the original was like, what, 30 minutes? Yeah. You know, 2 was like 20-something minutes. Tamers was about like 18, 17 minutes. Frontiers was 12 minutes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess it was that boring. Okay.
Frontier, revival of ancient Digimon.
I didn't even know we were done.
This one premiered at the Summer Toei Festival in July 2002 and October 23rd, 2005
Maybe the movie
in the
will be
United
good,
States.
though.
This was also the final Digimon movie to be translated into English until Digimon Adventure Tri. Now, I want to say, I'm not a huge fan of Frontier to begin with, so if you like this movie and like Frontier, that's okay. This is just me expressing my opinion. It's not meant to disprove your opinion.
If you like Frontiers,
while traveling through the desert, the cast of Digimon Frontier come across 2 groups of feuding Digimon. Continuing with the conflict of the show, one side is comprised of human-type Digimon and the other side is comprised of beast-type Digimon. The human types are led by Darkmon and the beast types are led by Hippogriffmon. The kids try to take sides in the conflict, but ultimately decide to try to foster peace between both groups. Because 2 of the Digimon are children and friends, and their friendship is threatened to be torn apart by all of this fighting. Meanwhile, part of the group discovers an ancient mural telling of ancient Greymon, ancient Garurumon, and Ornismon, ancient guardians who both sides want to return in order to bring peace. However, someone takes the time to, you know, actually read the mural and they find out that Ornismon is actually quite evil. And if the conflict continues, enough digicode will be collected to bring Ornismon's return. It's revealed that Hippogriffmon and Darkmon are actually the same Digimon, being a slide evolution version of
wait. No, before you
It's revealed that Hippogriffmon and Darkmon
Wait, so the two Digimons that were basically beefing with each other are the same creature? Wait, hold on, wait a minute.
Bring Ornismon's return. It's revealed that Hippogriffmon and Darkmon are actually the same Digimon.
How do you even do that? How do you play 2 sides? Oh,
being a slide evolution version of this one. Ornismon is resurrected, but so is ancient Greymon and ancient Garurumon who helped to defeat Ornismon, and then everyone is happy. This one bored me. I was bored by it. Once again, I'm not big on Digimon Frontier, so if you like Frontier, you may enjoy it. I know there's a lot of slow build up here, but it does seem slow. I didn't really get the conflict between the 2 groups beyond the existing conflict which exists in the show, and by this point I've kind of forgotten why all of it happens. But I assure you I have not forgotten that I promised I would do a cover of the song.
Cover time.
I just need to learn this gosh darn instrument
first. Learn
it
now. I mean...
Also, I don't understand why the kids choose the sides they did beyond the fact that that's the side they were introduced to first. However, I do like the twist that Hippogriffmon and Darkmon are the same character. That's a smart decision which plays into the Digimon mechanics introduced in Frontier itself, which is something I'm always a fan of.
Oh, because the human, because Darkmon is I thought Darkmon was a human, and then the human
This one disappointed me because I did like the 02 films, even though I'm not the biggest 02 fan. So I was kind of hoping this one would make me want to give Frontier another chance, but alas, it did not.
So the movie didn't work for him
I'm still open to it in the future. Number 9, Digital Monsters X Evolution.
After Digimon X Evolution, we're going to stop for today, which seems like a very quick... It's only been 20 minutes? No way. It feels like it's been so short. Okay, after this movie, we're going to stop for today. and we're gonna pick up Data Squads, and if they have a movie later. Okay, yeah, let's see what X Evolution's about.
So first and foremost, I'm sorry the quality for this one is bad.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. I should have realized from the cover. Whoa, let's take it back real quick. What was that? What happened? Whoa, the movies are so good animation-wise. What happened here? What is this? You took a page out of Transformers Beast Wars. What is this?
Evolution. So first and foremost, I'm sorry the quality for this one is bad. From my understanding, the only DVD release of it is quite rare or just doesn't exist, and I couldn't find a better quality version of it anywhere online. Airing on Fuji TV on January 3rd, 2005, X Evolution is the first original feature-length Digimon movie. And if you couldn't tell, X Evolution was the first and only entirely CG Digimon film, and the only film which was made for TV. Unlike the other Digimon movies, X Evolution is not based on an existing anime. Instead, it takes many of the plot elements from a line of Digimon toys and turns them into a 77-minute feature length.
You took stuff from a Digimon toys, not even the games, the toys? What?
Length film. The Digimon X Pendulum, which was the fourth variety of Digimon V-Pet, was the model for the Digivice featured in Chronicle and D-Cyber. And a lot of the lore that still sticks with Digimon to this day seems to have gotten its first stories in the Chronicle-based toy line.
Nice.
The story of Chronicle is about the digital world being cleansed by its primary ruler and the primary server of the digital world.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. What did he say? I wasn't looking. I was looking at the gameplay. All right, let me tap in.
Its first stories in the Chronicle-based toy line.
What movie is
this? The story of Chronicle is about the digital world being cleansed by its primary ruler and the primary server of the digital world, Yggdrasil, or as the English adaptations call him, King Drazel. Using a virus called the X program, Drazel hopes to eliminate 98% of Digimon, basically to clear hard drive space. However, certain Digimon develop an immunity to the X program called the X antibody, which causes them to mutate into slightly different versions of themselves. At the same time, there are new species of Digimon being born who naturally have the X antibody. Drazel's Royal Knights are called in to slaughter the remaining Digimon. You know, for kids.
I've always been aware of X Digimon, but I never really was aware of their lore. The best way I can describe them is that they're the edgier, cooler version of Digimon. I mean this in a better way, but it kind of reminds me of things like Lunatics Unleashed or that Seriously Forced cartoon that Homestar Runner did a few years ago.
Knowing the general story of X Digimon beforehand helps a lot because for the most part, X Evolution drops you in thinking you are kind of already familiar with it. The film follows the story of Dorumon, a small Digimon who carries the X antibody through a strange stone on its forehead. The stone makes Dorumon an immediate target for Digimon looking to gain the vaccine and also makes it a social outcast. Dorumon lives in a digital world already being wiped out by Drazel and its Royal Knights. However, some stronger X Digimon help to defend the world, all while Dorumon tries to protect itself and a Tokomon, which it befriends. Gallantmon, one of the Royal Knights, defects from King Drazel due to the moral conflict it's having by carrying out all of the orders. Along the way, many stronger Digimon die, leaving the protection of the world in the hands of Dorumon. The head of the Royal Knights, Omnimon, continues to kill Dorumon's friends, but eventually they just keep coming back to life. Dorumon eventually digivolves into the same kind of Digimon Drazel is using to wipe out the world, and all of the other Digimon are like, OMG, what are you?
Wait, so there's no humans in this at all? Okay, so it's just all about Digimon, like no humans going up into the world or saving the world with their Digimon partners. It's just badly CGI Digimon. Alright, okay, yeah, we're here.
Dorumon confronts Omnimon, who decides to also deflect from King Drazel, and then Dorumon digivolves into Alphamon. Alphamon and Omnimon defeat the big, bad, evil Dorumon and King Drazel. Dorumon dies, but then comes back to life, and Tokomon comes back to life too, but now as an X-Digimon, and then they laugh and play the end. I was really excited to watch this.
Where's the stakes?
I remember enjoying it when I was really young, but it's just kind of a chore now. First, I had absolutely no prior knowledge to the X antibody storyline before I watched this, so I spent a lot of my brain energy while watching this trying to figure out the story. Now, it's not super confusing, and I was able to put all the pieces together all right, but it wastes no time jumping into it. I mean, the first scene is a Leomon hunting Dorumon, then the Leomon dies, and then the Leomon asks Dorumon to live for it even though it was just trying to kill it. I mean,
why is Leomon always dying in a Digimon series? Also, asking, what? No, you try to kill it, but then you want him to live for you? What? No, what?
they waste no time killing Leomon this time. It happens immediately, and now I don't know what to expect from the story. Once again, the story isn't incredibly difficult to understand, but following the story is how I expended my mental energy while watching it, which totally distracts from anything else going on. The movie's just grim and depressing. I mean, nearly 98% of Digimon have been murdered.
Oh, they have been murdered.
Watching this lone Digimon survive as all of its friends get murdered. I'm not saying everything needs to be upbeat and excitingly happy, but it's not engaging. It just bums me out. Finally, the aesthetic of this movie is ugly. Yes. While I appreciate the attempt to do 3D, especially on a TV budget in 2005, I'm watching this in 2018, and it's really hard to judge the film as a piece from its time.
Nah, that looks terrible. I don't know why they went this. I mean, I know why, but no. No.
It looks like unrendered Dreamcast or early PS2 cutscenes. Yes, and that would be fine, but the Digimon are animated with zero weight. They move around with ease and land with absolutely zero impact. It's floaty and super distracting. If I'm distracted from what's going on because I'm trying to follow the plot line, I'm disinterested in the movie aesthetically, and I'm just bummed out from when I am able just to sit back and watch, I'm not really going to be interested.
While I appreciate this movie for forcing me to do research about something in Digimon lore that I only really had a passing knowledge of, the movie itself didn't do anything to inform me or to really...
It's food. Real food that's
ready. Yeah, no, that deserves a flop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being, if I sound mean, but no, that looks horrible. After watching because all the other Digimon movies, at least they look great. You can say like story-wise they're bad or good, whatever, but they look great to me, movie-wise, quality-wise. Animation, there we go. That I was like, okay, maybe this movie might be good. Oh, that's the worst one I've seen so far, Digimon. That's the worst one. Like, I was trying to keep up with the story that he was telling me about, explaining, but I just kept looking at the visuals, and I'm like, it hurts. It hurts my eyes. Why are they breakdancing? And we're back.
Entertain me.
Digimon was consistently...
Oh wait, no, I think we're done. Are we done? Oh, that was quick. Oh, that was fast. Okay, let's see. Okay, Digimon data squad is 147. Okay, yeah, we're done. Unfortunately. Okay, so next time, yeah, we're gonna watch Digimon data squad, boom boom, and then fusions, and then try. Okay, yeah. So like 3 more videos, and I think we're done. We can knock that out. We can knock it out pretty soon. This time for Rosies. He made Frontiers enjoyable. He made Frontiers enjoyable to listen to. However, Frontiers as a whole seems to be not that good compared to Digimon 0 and 02, and definitely Tamers. Like he said, people were probably put off by how the humans transform into Digimon, which I'm like, that's weird. Why would you do that? I find that weird, but that's not enough to like be like, okay, this is a bad show. Him explaining how basically the characters don't have like any like, not weight to them, but I can't figure out the word. Depth? Yeah, they don't have any depth. And like the story is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it's lackluster. There we go. The story is just lackluster. Especially watching Tamers and then 01 and 02. There's some depth in that. There's some character depth. There's plot. They were fighting for a purpose. And I believe, if I remember from the open, I think Data Squad is when they're in school. Which, I don't know. It's just a whole different switch. But I believe he said that Disney bought out like the people who like animated Digimon, so if Data Squad is like a Disney thing, it can either be really good or really bad. It's like there's no in between. I don't think there's any in between for Disney animated stuff, like anime stuff, not like cartoon. But we shall see shortly. Do I want to see? I don't know. I like how the other shows were before. Data Squads, I mean not Data Squads, Tamers and all of them. I like that before. Let's be hopeful. Maybe Data Squads is actually gonna be good. It won't be better than Tamers in 02 and 01, obviously, but maybe it'll be better than Frontiers. That's what we're gonna say. I'll tell you what, it can't be worse than that movie we just looked at. Oh, my eyes hurt. But alright, we're gonna get out of here. Some more videos I want to check out, so hope you enjoyed my reaction, and thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. Arrivederci. That still walks me how that the kid's father basically lied to his son saying his mom was dead just because he wanted to basically have a new woman to hook up with. Just divorce. Just say you divorced your mom. And here's your new mom. I got it's a stepmom. Easy. You don't have to lie and say what. Like, how does that? Someone let me know down below in the comments before we head out. Someone let me know in the comments like what happens after that. Like, does the child? I think the angsty teen he said. Does he go meet his mom and like does he live with that mom or does he still live with the not even a deadbeat father, the lying father and the evil stepmother? Because they definitely knew. They definitely knew that they're in the wrong here. Crazy out here. It's crazy.